Obaseki to land grabbers. Hide for inside Edo State, anywhere for Naija, or even Japa go Obodoyibo. If I catch you, I go still persecute you. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki don vow to deal with land grabbers for Edo State. He talked this one on Tuesday when he do talk with elders, members and owners of property for Ogege, Obayato 1, Obagenevusa and Okoroma communities for John Odige Oyegun Public Service Academy for Benin City sake of the 1,229 hectares of government land when government carry from the hand of land grabbers when they planned for the Edo New Town Development Project. Obaseki when talk say if government no dey, confusion go dey our society, come still talk say the job of government na to create environment where get law and order.
First thing I want to say is that if there's no government, there will be anarchy, because everybody will be doing what they like, and the weak people in society will not be protected. That is why you need government. Government is supposed to make sure that there's law and order, and that people do things properly. What does government do? Government makes sure, first and foremost, they create an environment of law and order, where things can be done properly. And those who don't follow what has been agreed, society has a way of taking care of them.
Obaseki talks say Benin City na planned city, but the last 20 years, government don fail to plan, and now this one come make Edo State government decide to enter communities, buy plenty land, and begin plan for the people.
Since 1979, I believe, government came up with what they call a Land Use Act. That is to say, unlike what used to happen in the olden days, where before you buy land, before you have land, you go onto the communities, the ward will give you the land, then you take it to the palace and you register. But even then, when the British came, they came up with a new set of regulations. Now, even before you sell your land, you give land to anybody, as a community, you have to register that land. There has to be a plan of where you will build house, where you will not build house. There has to be an area for hospital, for schools. There has to be a plan so that when you live in a community, you don't have to travel days to go and get care in a hospital somewhere else. There's land for school. So when the British came, they planned that there was town planning and town planning regulations. This is how we grew up in this part of the country. But for some time now, for almost 20 or 30 years, all of that was put aside. Government didn't have any layout, particularly in the last 20 years. You can't say, okay, this is the area government has acquired, this is the plan, this is the layout, this is how they have compensated the communities, and this is what we want to do with this layout. So what has happened is that because government was not planning for people, was not acquiring areas and planning out areas, you didn't have supply of land. So when a young man, a young family, they want to build their own house, what do? Normally, you should come to government, and government will say, okay, this area we are opening up, we will give you land, come and buy land, come and deposit, and this is the plan for the area. Government stopped doing that for many years. So what did you find? They say nature abhors vacuum. People must live, people must build. So a lot of the people, young men and women in the communities, they saw an opportunity. They'll go to an area, oh, you want land? Okay, we have this land, come and take. Without following the due process. When we came into government, we then said, no, let us correct a lot of the things that used to happen in the past. Let us now go into communities, acquire large area, plan the areas, and then begin to allocate land to people. So in 2017, we went to these communities. We can see that when we acquired these areas, some of the communities And most of the other parts of that area was forest reserve, Ogba Forest Reserve. This was what it was in 2017 when we acquired. You see where the community stopped at that time. This was Iri Road before we constructed it. Do you see anything here? Is there anything here? This is a satellite map. Because before 2017, we launched the GIS. We used aeroplane to fly over all of Benin City. So we have the map of every area in Edo State. When we flew over in 2017, when we issued the acquisition notice, this was the area. 2018, I awarded the contract for this Iri Road. 2019, 2020, COVID, look at what has happened. All of these are houses for 3 years. And we're telling people, warning them, government has acquired this area, don't touch it, don't build, because we have planned it for a new town. This is what has happened. So it's either you have government or you don't have government. If government come out and say we want to do this, and people ignore government, say we don't care, what will happen? Should the government go and not do anything? This is the situation we're having today.
Obaseki Konyan say government hand go meet all the land grabbers no matter where them dey for the world and them go face the law. He can say and say after them plan finish, them go give innocent people wey fall inside the hand of these land grabbers some of their land back.
We're not saying we will not give land to communities when we finish planning. But the people who came to start selling this land are not the people who own it. They are land grabbers. They just take bulldozers, we were warning them. They will just enter with bulldozer, cut other people's where people have farmed, and begin to allocate and sell the land. Land that is not their own. They just grab land. So I have said, I didn't bring myself into government. I know people voted for me. I must do the right thing. All those people who took land and sold to innocent people, we must find them. They will all face the law. I've told them, there are about 8 of them we are looking for now. I will put their face in signboards all over. When you see them, let us know, we will arrest them, we will try them. They must bring the money of the people they took from people innocently. This is where you see government power. Because it's not fair. You now went to sell the land you don't own to somebody else and collected the money. And you started issuing your own documents. What we have decided to do, we say everybody who they sold land to, they have now enumerated, we have all your details. I've said that wherever they go in this world, even if they go abroad, we will write to those governments, we'll bring them home. They must bring the money they took from people. Where it is not complete, we have done the allotments, and we'll see how we can give people, the innocent people, some of the land back when we have planned it. For us, we already have the plans for this area. We are going to lay it out, put infrastructure, put electricity, and put different amenities. The commissioner will explain to you what we're going to do here. We're not driving anybody away. People who have valid ownership titles, who will sit down, and if it is, I have given you CFO before on that land, I will compensate you. Do you understand? Government is not seizing anybody's land.
Governor Obaseki say they won't create Edo State when fear attract investors and government no go tolerate the bad behavior of these land grabbers for the state again.
This is one government, we will not tolerate that bad behavior of the past. We want investors to come. We want people to have rest of mind when they buy land in Edo. We want them to have peace. Anybody who says you have land, community, you must now come and register it with government. Before you sell the land, we must see the plan. Because you go to many parts of Edo today, people have sold all the land, even the road to the house, they've sold it. If there's God forbid, there's a fire, how will the fire truck even get to your house? So we cannot just continue anyhow, just doing anything anyhow, because it doesn't help any of us. We want to make Edo the pride of this country. There's nothing we are doing now that is new. 500 years ago, this city was planned. Foreigners who came, you can say the history, they say they've never seen a place like Edo. That is why in this Benin City, you don't see clothes. You see a street. Every house faces a street. Is that not so? Everywhere was planned. But now in most of these communities where people are selling land, have they not sold roads in some places? Is it good? How can you say you have government and all those sort of things are happening? The reason why you voted for us is for us to make this place a better place for everybody. Is it not? We are trying. Look at what we're trying to do with security now. Making sure that most people are safe. We're trying to reduce kidnapping, reduce all the things that used to stop people from going to do their work. We are struggling to raise money to do roads. Federal government is not doing their own. By the time, by the grace of God, federal government starts to do their own main road, these major roads, we won't have too much problem with roads. We're trying our best to make sure we create jobs, opening up, bring industry. But nobody will come and invest in a place where they are not sure of anything. Today you say you bought land. Tomorrow you come, they say it's no longer your land. Will you do business there? So these are the reasons why we want to create others so that we can make sure that we all live in a society where you can predict tomorrow. What you own is what you own. It's well documented. Nobody can come and take it from you. That is what we're trying to do. We're not trying to punish anybody. We're not trying to take anybody's land. We're just saying that, please, let us stop this whole thing about land grabbing, where some people think they have power. They can just come in and take over the land in the place and start to sell it and do it the way they like. That is what government is trying to stop.
Commissioner for Physical Planning, Housing, Urban and Regional Development, Isoke Omo, talks say Benin City don't grow past as the day before and need better planning to avoid any form of katakata.
You know, say, as people they move, prosperity they come, people they find better things, people go they move, they go they come from all the different local government can't stay for Benin, because you know say Benin might be the biggest city we'll get for Edo State, I will not be so. So if you look at that white mark, now what did Benin be? The size of Benin for 1984. The yellow mark now the size of Benin for 2010. If you look here now 132 kilometers. By 2010, it don't reach 253. By 2018, now be this red mark now. Benin don't be 535 square kilometers. Benin don't be 5 local governments. Oredo, Koboha, Wode, Ovia Northeast, and Ego. At the moment. So Benin are 5 local governments. We don't they grow like Ibadan. And if we not stop planning, Benin go grow like this, so at the end of the day, everything go just this scatter, they go call and slum. If you know the original Benin, if you look King Square, go all these roads where come up for inside the original Benin, you know say the person they lost for Benin, before I've been a lie. If you enter one place from there, the way they do the road, everything join together, you go still find yourself, you know they lost. But now with everything we don't they happen, once you come up from the center of Benin, cross the first moat, you go start to see the thing when they happen, say, things not they okay. Many new areas don't open. And as they open, they know they open with plan. So that thing they affect as we they do. You get some places now. If you won't go there, if you not come out for your office early, you not go reach there till 8 o'clock. Abi are they lie? Traffic. Some areas say if one motor get to wait here for another motor to pass. Because they don't close, they don't set the road, say. Now small lane remain. Maybe they pass. Flood they there. Flood matter they ground. You understand? Moat matter they ground. All the places they used to there before when the original city day, the moat now both for security and to drain water. But many places also they don't build on top of moat. Be they lie? Now lie? They don't build on top of you. So where water supposed to pass? Nowhere to pass again, no. And every town, every area, una know say for community itself, as we know before, every area get where water go move, go. I be not be so. Now they don't, so maybe they don't sell them, they don't fill them, be house put. So when water come, nowhere water go. Water start to go inside people's houses. Una not see the flooding where they happen right now for the whole Nigeria. So we like them to continue like that. Now the kind of Benin where we want.
Isoke Omo constantly give breakdown of the layout of the new town.
As I tell you now, they do this acquisition for 2017. We don't announce since 2017. But once they do that Iriri Road, people start to enter the land. Actually, they start to enter, the main entry start from 2020 after COVID. Now, in October, we take possession of the first part. And we don't do enumeration. So I want to show now waiting the ground. Now, this na the full acquisition. And I want to explain them to now so that everybody go understand. This line na the Iriri road where they come from airport. You see am? So if you drive from airport, come. Once you reach that Ogba bridge, where they by Okoroma, that river, then na the river be the blue, na the river be this, where they up. Now it separate the land. So na river na cut am. So when you reach that bridge, from that bridge, come reach Ogege Junction on the two sides, na the acquisition. So this na T junction. Hold on, no. So from T junction all the way to the river on this side. You now understand that side? No problem. So from here now, if you turn now to the other side, say they go Sapler Road. All these parts, there's one big school where they here. Let me put on here. What the name is? Divine Wisdom. Yes, Divine Wisdom. That's the school. So Divine Wisdom. This from this Ogege Junction to Divine Wisdom, that be lot B. You understand? From here to Divine Wisdom, go reach back, that be lot B. If you see this lot B, you see say na gray color. It means say we not go take anything inside here from anybody. You now understand? You understand that? From this Ogege Junction to that Divine Wisdom, enter inside. I go show now the points. We don't flag them. We not go take anything here. But if you notice, two roads they pass that place. That is why you notice say when they do the possession, we tell una say make everybody stop to the build. The reason be say this road must join the new and the old together. Make it not look like say one na new town, the other place na old town, so that everybody go feel say they go feel use the place. So why we say make una stop be say with this place here, you know say houses there here. Abi are they lie? Houses there right now. This place house is there. Here house is there. Here house is there. Here house is there. So we say we could not stop. Because if the road they come, they go remove those houses. And those people will go give them alternative place to go to. Give them another land. But because we don't want to make you spend, let's say for example, say your plot, they here, you never really build. And we tell you, say, wait, now make we show now what you want to, how did you want worker. So you go, no, you don't need to build because road they come. So you go, just cuckoo take where we offer you, say, can't take this place for this new area. You understand? So this is not that junction. You understand? You are not here now, be Divine Wisdom. Then the part C, now from Divine Wisdom to Amagba Road Junction, know that road. Amagba, they enter where no gate, that place, that road. We go back to Amagba again. Now be this junction. You understand them now? So inside this plantation still there here, part of farm. Part of our don't be put. But from this point to here, come like this, we don't mark more all year. Now part of the acquisition, where we go use. This other side, nine house there. Yeah, houses there. We not go touch those houses. You understand? Because we use satellite image, look this place, before we acquire. And the place where we say we want to develop now, where the palm them be there. Not be where people they stay. But after we don't do it, now we will start to build all these houses. Apart from ancestral homes, what I mean by that, so you know, say naturally, even for our forest reserve, we get places where we say people, grandpapa, they stay, they get their mud house there. Those are ancestral homes. Apart from the ancestral homes on those pictures, those houses not there. We get the evidence. So you have to show, say you did there before, that we get this evidence. Then after there, this is not the portion of D, going more towards Ogege Junction. All this side, we live on CB. You understand? Is it clear now? Is it clear? So now A and C, now we go do the new development. B and D, we go leave them in their integrity. But we go bring things there like road and all this kind of thing. The power when they come now for everybody, so they go still benefit from that. Make it not look like say now old village and new town. No. So that when person come that area, everything regenerates. That is why when governor they do this road, you not stop and here. You know, say this road go like this. It can't go up and towards rubber research. I mean not be so. Now that rubber research road go boss up for Sapler Road. They will continue the road to go join Benin Enterprise Park. So that all those areas go generate.
The commissioner say after government don't acquire the land for 2017, them try to carry the communities along, but the communities not really listen.
Since 2019, I get the records here. After government don't do the acquisition for 2017, we start to call the communities to meeting. Because no, I mean if I come those meetings, but we call them for meeting. See what you want to do. Come make we discuss how we go do it together. They go agree. As we come out, they go do what they do. Several times. We call them for many, many occasions. On one occasion, we even say, okay, come. Make we go show now where the acquisition go reach. Make we go together. They agree, say, make we come so and so day. As we reach there, the key 2 boys wait for us there. This is a fact. The evidence there. We say, okay, we can't go one meeting. They say, okay, no problem. Make we show them where the acquisition there as shown as so. Make we do sign to let people know. They agree. We do the sign. They follow us, go show us where to put down. As we come out, they carry out the sign, throw away. Severally, now so we work out, they call them. We will tell them, okay, each community bring 50-50 youth will go help us as security. But we start to give them work, give us CLO. People will follow the engagement to now. They're not agree. We do this meeting so more than 1 year. No headway. The more they do the meeting, the more they say. They go say they're going to be for nights. Use lights, use generator. Ebo don't come.
Some people, when they are affected, take off this new town development project, can't ask questions about CFO and other matter when it concerns land for the area.
Is the governor, or rather government, above the law? It was announced on TV. We heard it on radio. We even read it on paper that there is a restraining order restraining the government from trespassing the said Okoroma community, the said land that was demolished. So I want to ask, why did it happen without proper process, without due process? Yet the governor of Edo State went ahead to demolish our property. Does it mean that the governor has no regard for the law?
Please, I acquired my land 2011. I don't know what they are going to do to me. That is my question.
Please, some of us have blocks already molded and stands within the vicinity. Can we come and pack them?
Honorable Commissioner, is it possible for government to acquire a land and the land as CFO and the CFO is still reading without not being revoked by the government? Is it possible? A question I ask. Because the CFO of that land is still reading. It has not been revoked by Edo State government. It's a question, man.
What happens to me that bought before you acquire the land? Because these days are fenced. Even if you are doing it, are you going to compensate me for the works I've done there? And do I get my lands back the way they were?
She said they have about 2,000 and something plots that we're going to give back to people. The 2,000 plus lands, ma, who and who is eligible for this land, that the return of this land, and what about what's going to happen to those that the land didn't get to?
Isoke Omo, Head of Service Anthony Okungbawa Esquire, and Oga Patakpata for Edo Geographic Service, Edo GIS, Osaro Ahie, can answer the questions.
Possible to have an existing CFO on land that is already acquired. Technically, when government wants to acquire, there is a process. You first declare your intention, ask everybody who has any title to bring forward. You go through those engagement process before the date of acquisition. On the day of acquisition, every CFO there becomes null and void. But remember that they were there before we came, so they are entitled to compensation. So that is what they are entitled to. So the problem we have are those people who now sold after and make people to go and start developing. Do you understand? Is that clear? Secondly, somebody said they need to submit their documents. A lot of people are like that. They did not submit. A lot of them were afraid. They didn't know what was going to happen. They were suspicious, and so they did not come. We understand that because we also have the number of buildings, fence, buildings, any kind of structure that were removed. So we have the number. So we know that there is a gap. You understand me? So what we'll do, we'll give you, the office at the new town will be opened. And you can come there and submit your documents. Provide, if you're acting on behalf of somebody, bring a letter of authority from that person. You need to bring your photo ID, your title document, the thing you used to buy it, and all that. So you fill the form, and then we'll take you. So that, because that's why we have not started this allocation or engaging to tell you what we want to offer you. Until we make sure that we've collected as much as possible, then verify what they've said. Verify it before we can now start engaging. The other person said, can you pack your things? A lot of you can testify. A lot of people came to remove their windows, their doors, their roof, their blocks, their sand. We gave them opportunity to remove. But because that place is a security zone at the moment, if you want to remove, you come to us. We'll give you a paper to say, and they will escort you to the place to move your things. Because we don't also want people moving on that person's property or claiming that, or using that one to scavenge another man's property. So you cannot go there on your own. If you go there on your own, you might be embarrassed, or you must bring a letter from the Newtown Development Agency to show that this is Mr. So and so. We are allowed to follow you to the place first, ascertain it is your own. Before they give you the list the things, they allow you to carry it. So when you are even bringing a vehicle, the security people know that you are coming to carry your things. Then the next question says, they acquired in 2011, don't know what will happen. It was a lady. Yes. Okay. For you that acquired in 2011, madam, I am sure you don't have a C of O. I am very sure. Because what has happened with most people, maybe they are afraid to pay stamp duty on land. They will buy the land, they will not register it, they will not do governor's consent. It puts your investment at risk. You understand? Because even though your acquisition precedes, you bought before the acquisition, because it is not the recognized title, we are going to have to deal with that on case-by-case basis. I cannot tell you this is what will happen. What will happen, we'll first deal with all those that have C of O on that day first. Those that have governor's consent on that day. We'll deal with all those that have legal documents that we can rely on. Then whatever remains, we'll not deal with it on case-by-case basis. Now, ancestral land, grandfather's house, which he broke. The truth is, sir, there's no ignorance in the eyes of the law. Let me explain what has happened. When government acquired in 2017, there was an announcement, and there has been constant announcements. All you needed to do, sir, was to have approached either Edo GIS or physical planning. We had people come with their documents to explain to us. If you had said that, when they were going for the demolition, they would not have touched your house. Because if you look at all the ancestral homes were left, we didn't touch anyone. But there's no way we will know, because you didn't come to us, that where you were building was an ancestral home. Do you understand? So what we're going to do, we're going to look at yours on a special case basis. Do you get me? But you still have to provide the documents for us to verify. Now, the lady who spoke last said she bought in 2013. She has built, she's had to move out. The house is still on ground. Madam, I would advise for now, please just stay where you are for now. Anyway, we'll finish this. Did you bring your documents for enumeration? You have submitted, so no problem. So just wait where you are. We're going to call you and tell you. Because we've done the topo and the soil test, now we want to superimpose it. And when we superimpose, we'll find out where everybody's, like I explained earlier. So just exercise a little. I know it's not comfortable, just exercise a little bit of patience.
All land in this state, all land is now vested in the governor, who holds the same interest for the people of Edo State. That's the law that you and I know. So when you're talking about acquiring land, I don't know why we have been doing this. And as colleagues, we should be advising our people. If you cross the first hurdle, you say you want to have a survey plan, and then things that should have been found out in the survey plan were not found out. But in reality, before you go further, you are supposed to have done certain things. And those things are spelled out in the law. Unfortunately, we don't do what we are supposed to do. And many of our colleagues don't even encourage our clients to do what they have a duty to do. You can only now apply for a CFO. because the governor is the one who is the trustee by law of the land, all land in Edo State. So the proper acquisition must come from the governor. Now there's a law spelling out some of these things that you mentioned now. Let me just tell you this. Unfortunately, in the past, we have erred in ignorance. We have done things the way we just, because there was not so much enlightenment. For instance, many of these agreements were done by non-lawyers. But what does the law say? The Land Instrument Preparation Law says very clearly that every agreement transferring any interest in land must be done by a lawyer. That's what the law says. In fact, we should not even look at it if it's not done by a lawyer. But we ignore some of these things and just do whatever we want to do. If we were to do it the way the law says we should do it, many of these things that we fell into now, we will not have this problem.
The first question is, you said you have applied for CFO for the past 8 months. So, what's holding your CFO? I need to know. Because if all your papers are complete, if you have paid all your taxes, what you are supposed to do, your papers should not be there. So let me have the file number, and you can even come to Edojis. We even have a complaint box where you can put your complaint. So if your paper is still there for 8 months, there must be something wrong with the application. So come and find out. Then the other one is, you said verification, that when you came to conduct a search, and they told you it was free, and now what happened? It has to be official. If there are letters given to you, I'll treat that. If you went there informally to deal with somebody, you are on your own. But if not, come with your papers. Let me see what you have. But if you went to see somebody unofficially, I'll give you an example. If you go for an interview and they have not told you you passed, so they will take you. And somebody comes to tell you, they take you. And at the end, they didn't take you. You are on your own because it was not officially done. So the truth is that what you came there to do, if you did it on an informal basis, is between you and the man. We are there to ensure that your investment is secured. What do I mean by that? Before you do anything about title, land, whether you buy from the community or you buy from any, you go come conduct search. Come see, say, what do you want to do? That place free. How much to conduct search? Now just 25,000 naira. If you use that conduct search officially, not be say you go call one of your friends, I want buy land there. You go say it's free. You go right, come we go officially check them. We go right back to you to tell you that that place is free or you not enter government acquisition. Go ahead. So if you cannot spend 25,000 to do that, and now you are going to buy land for 20 million, you put more investment, is very bad. So that is what we are there to do for you. If you want to buy land, come and conduct search. Don't ask your friend, right? We will reply you so that you have document to show that we told you it's not within government land. You can go ahead. So that is what we are there for.
Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, Chris Neekari, talks say wetin government dey do na to create ogbonge city where no go get place for land grabbers.
This matter, I'm not sure say reach for 3 or 4 families where the thing no affect for our system. But at the same time, government get to be government. We be like say we respect warlords more than we respect government. All the thing when my dad talk since, not be new law. Government have always told us, if you want to build a house, get an approval. We don't see red line for house since we small. Where they come and say, as we mark X for demolition. Not be today it starts. But we dey take government for granted. Like this map where they here, so beside A, that was clearly written on the C of O, where some people take buy land, they build house and factory, that for agric purposes. It was clear. It was clear. So we are explaining to you because now trust we take hold this land on our behalf, and we need you to understand with us so that we can also stop all these bad people. If you, on Sunday, madam go outside, one man for Ute, he just carry blocks, start to take over road for Benin where all of us did. Now citizens like you, now I call government say, this man they seize our road, We had to act immediately, brought that load down, and finally say the man has a perpetual infraction on government property. We have to act. You see, we want a city where our children can grow up, where we can all drive happily under rain or sun or shine. So first of all, I apologize because it didn't affect me too. It affects everybody where they're here. You know, we all have to now say, let us now fight this scourge, that disease. We get to stop her. How can we, educated people, find people like us, now listen to Agberu, whoever go buy Mercedes, put chain for neck, they carry women. You put 1.5 billion for their hand. Meanwhile, we cannot give government 25,000. Please, let us support government in this. It's for all our benefit. All our benefit. Look at, if we work out for road, we see girl for road. We cannot say we want marry and now. We're going to do whatever we call due diligence. We're going to go meet the papa. We'll fight your toast down. Know your brother, know your sister, know where you come from before we marry him. Then the simple matter of to buy house, the most important decision a man will make in his lifetime. One Agberu just going to tell us, say, if you not do one, no, I will give another person. Then you don't fall. My brothers, never again should we be answerable to Agberu. So I beg you, from now onwards, the law has been there. We are still going to go from place to place to enforce that law, so that those that are fallen victim and those that have created victim, we have to deal with them. The law has been there. It's not a new law. The process is easy. I'll just go through the process before I talk finish. Where you want to buy land, you carry the land, you go show surveyor. Oga surveyor, see land where I want to buy. Surveyor say, okay, you go GIS. GIS say 25,000. If you go by yourself, give the surveyor 40,000, make it take 15. Give GIS 25. Then we'll come back. So later day, the land where you want to buy, it is not encumbered. It doesn't end there. When you want to put block there, you go madam office. Because if you go to put 5-story building, madam say no approval. So you get approval for your plan where you don't draw. Say, I want build. So tell you, you pay. And then after that, if you want to go, you go ahead to get a COPO. When you do this thing, no government in Nigeria will come and tell you you've broken the law. You can take them to the Supreme Court and you get your property back. But then we have a governor here who has talked of restitution, compensation for those who are affected on this side. But it's our government and we must support it. Thank you very much. From now onwards, I want to help everybody. I will bring out information timely on the not only on this process, but across the 18 local governments of Edo State. Because together, we are going to chase those ballots out of town. Together. So my people, we will give you the number to call. We will be on television, we'll be on radio, we'll be on billboards. We are going to declare people wanted for stealing your money. That 1.5 billion where they take, they will bring and come out. At least 10 people are in police custody. They will go court very soon. So ladies and gentlemen, Edo people, make we join hands for this matter. We cannot be going around arguing about ourselves. The mistakes have been done by some of us. Government is trying to fix it going forward. We will bring out information, right information, on how to deal with land administration. We will bring out information to tell you how to deal with getting your restitution, how to deal with those that may be affected by the development in the new areas, especially the roads and other things. So we beg everybody, make we work together on this matter.
People went and out with Governor Obaseki for this meeting. Now, Chief of Staff Osaigbo Vuyoha, Commissioner for Physical Planning, Housing, Urban and Regional Development, Isoke Omo, Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, Chris Nehikari, Head of Service, Anthony Okungbawa Esquire, MD Edo GIS, Osaro Ahie, Special Advisor to Governor Obaseki on Media Projects, Kruso Osaigi, Omo Aluke Ajakaye, TMC TV News. Make you not forget your PVC and your power. Not say I'm giving a politician on election day.